Hi, it's Barry. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about using a planner to journal or freeform. And the planner that we're going to be using for this is the Stalogy. So let's get started. If you're not familiar, the Stalogy is a bound notebook, and it's got very thin paper, and up until this year, I was using the regular size, which is a full year or 365 days. As you can see, that's pretty slim for 365 pages. The paper is very thin and very comfortable to write on with faint gray markings on it. The size I'm using is an A6, and this year I decided to try something new, which is to get a half year. So it's got half as many pages, and it's going to be lighter and easier to use. Now, if you look at the two together, you know they're both the A6 size, but the full year on the right weighs 6.1 ounces, and the half year weighs 3.5, and to me, that 3.5 ounces feels like nothing. I've decided to go this year with a black on black theme. So you can see I put a black vinyl on there, and you'll see some other black items later on. I just didn't want it to jump out and wanted something a little bit more minimal looking. Now, if you're worried about whether the book can stay open to write, all you do is bend it back a couple of times like I'm showing you here, and then it'll lay flat for writing. The cover is very smooth, but it's kind of flexible, and it lasts, I prefer it much more than a hardcover. Here I'm showing you where I have it in my Moterm, which is an A6 lychee black cover, and I love it. It's just so slim, and the black on black look with the ollie clip just goes with my theme. And it's super lightweight, so it goes into purses or another bag. I love the ollie clip with being the black on black. However, I'm going to take it off here because I'm filming on a metal desk and it loves to grab that clip. What I like about this cover is all the different pockets that you have. So you can have some deco in there, and I mean, you have room for tons of stuff. I like to keep mine really thin because I'm not doing my actual planning in here. I'm, writing, journaling, but you can plan if you'd like to. But as you can see, tons of pockets. And putting something in those pockets, here's a hack for you. So I have a white card, one of those task cards. I love the new Spotlight, the flags, and I love the circles in the 03 palette. And I like to have them with me, but I don't want anything really bulky. You could fit these right in the pocket, but I don't want to do that. So as I was saying, I take one of these task cards and I put a bunch of the spotlight flags, and then on the other side I also add some of the circles. I stick it back in the pocket. It creates some interest, and I have what I need, and I refill it when I need to. So another hack has to do with the journal cards that you get from Cloth and Paper. I love most of them, and I like to stick them in the pockets, but a lot of times they're just not going to fit because they're too wide, or they go down too far or whatever. So I just trim them to fit what I can, and I get to enjoy the card. So another black on black tip. In addition to the black vinyl I showed you and the black on black ollie clip, is having a good black pen. This is a Uniball Signo 307. They do not make it in my size, the .38 nib. I think you all know I love that. And they have two of these. This one actually comes in a .7. There's one with gold writing that comes in a .5, but I wanted this one, And even the 0.5 isn't going to help me because I only like the 0.38. So I just put a 0.38 refill in this one, and I've got the black pen that I like the looks of, writing the way I love it. So you may be wondering why I'm so excited about having these spotlight page flags, which were in the last sub box, why I want them in my planner so much. Well, when I'm looking at using the Stalogy, and this is true of many of the other covers, you've got these kind of strings that hang down that you can use to mark your page. I don't like the way they work. They kind of offset the book and it's not in there securely. I prefer to use the circle flags or the spotlight flags to mark my pages. And I don't mark that many pages, but I mark the ones that I want to mark the way I want to mark them so that I can get to things when I need to. So if you haven't already tried Stalogy, I'm hoping you'll give it a try. If you try it in this A5 size, and especially in the half year, it's a small investment. And even if you wanted to get a leather cover like this Moterm, it's extremely reasonably priced for a leather planner. I think if you haven't had an opportunity to have a bound book like this to journal in instead of, just assorted pages, it's a whole different feeling. And one thing I enjoy is pulling mine out from a couple of years ago and rereading things that happened. Now, before I had this Moterm, I was using a full size in a Foxy Fix, and this is basically a page protector. It doesn't have all the pockets like you have in your Moterm. The leather itself is very pretty, but you have to anchor it with the elastic, which I wasn't a fan of. Then put your pen on the side, and when you open it, the pen falls out. So there's a place to stick the book on one side, and then you have an opening on the other side, but it's nothing like all the pockets that you have in the Moterm. I'm going to link all the things that I've shown you today down below, see if there's anything that's of interest to you, and I hope you will give it a try, and leave me any comments or questions below. I'd love some suggestions for future videos. Appreciate you tuning in again today. See you next time around.